we are going to discuss Wavy Curve method. Wavy Curve method is for checking sign of an expression. This is for checking sign of an expression. So sign means you know that whether it is positive, negative. These things we are going to discuss. Example, y equal to x minus 1 into x minus 3. So we are going to draw this graph. Whenever y becomes 0 at these 2 points, 1 and 3, y becomes 0. You take any value more than here, x greater than 3, this value positive. You can see that this region, 1 less than x less than 3, this is negative. X less than 1, this is positive. You can see that if you are going to write x minus 1 into x minus 3 is positive, you can see that the region in which this is positive is minus infinity to 1 union 3 to plus infinity. So this is the condition for checking sign of an expression. And one more thing is that y equal to x minus 1 into x minus 3 ka square. So wavy curve for this is, you know that y becomes 0 at 1 and 3. But power of x minus 3, power become even number. So that is why if you put any value greater than this 3, that is seems to be positive. Here also it is positive. But if you take any number less than 1, this is negative. So graph will be something like this. So graph is going to get reflect at this point. So the points at which y becomes 0, that is called the critical points. Points at which y equals 0, or we can say that y is not defined. Not defined means denominator becomes 0. These are the critical points. Critical points repeated even number of times. Repeated even number of times. Then graph will not cross the y-axis. Graph will not cross the y-axis. Graph is reflected back. Graph is reflected back. For example, if you take x minus 1 the square, x minus 3, x plus 1 the square. You can see this here. Critical points are minus 1, power is even, 1, power is even, 3, power is odd number. So graph is like this. Even power graph will not reflect it. But this point is not defined also. So wavy curve for this is, here it is negative, here also negative, this is also negative. Whenever x greater than 3, the expression becomes positive. So we want to keep right hand side always 0, or cross multiplication is not allowed. cross multiplication is not allowed in wavy curve. For example, if you have this 1 by x less than 1, cross multiplication is not allowed. You want to keep RHS 0. Now we are going to take the LCM. So what is happening here? This denominator 0 at x equal 0 and numerator x equal to 1. Now we want to check the number more than x. Whenever x is greater than 1, 1 minus x by x is negative. So this region is negative. Here it is positive. This is negative. So graph is something like this. This is the Wavy curve of that concept. So Wavy curve is, we are going to discuss Wavy curve is for checking sign, whether the expression is positive or negative. Even powers, critical points having even power, then graph is repeated. Graph will not cross the x-axis. And if RHS is there, it is a non-zero, then you can take that number in the left-hand side. Cross multiplication is not allowed in Wavy curve method. For convenience, let me explain some simple problems. So you see here, let me write one problem for you. This is the question. So you can see that this is the expression. At what point it becomes 0? You can see that this will be 0 at x equal to 1, but power is even. Then minus 2 should be even power. Minus 2 should be even power. Now it is minus 1 odd power. Now 3 is even power. You see these points, minus 1 and 3. Minus 1 and 3 are critical points, and it is coming in the denominator. If it is coming in denominator, you know that that value cannot be included in the solution. Question is negative or 0. We want to collect negative or 0 values. So you can see that from here, 0 values are coming out. Be 0 points are x equal to minus 2 and x equal to 1. These are the values it will give. So these points we want to include with the solution. Now negative region. So graph is at x equal to 3, the graph is reflected it back. Why so? Because even power. So graph is something like this. They are asking negative region. So negative region is here. This is negative region. This is the only region we will get it. So negative region is x is minus 1 to plus 1. Negative region. So both of them we can use it here. The final answer is coming out. We can't take minus 1. We can't take minus 1, but we can take plus 1. Plus 1 is there because 0 is needed. Together with this minus 2 also we can collect it. So answer for this problem is coming out B part only. So what we discussed now, what do you mean by Wavy curve method? Wavy curve method is checking sign of an expression. We will plot the critical points in the number line. So iske baad, after that we will discuss x greater than 3, what will be the value. So we want to check the largest critical point is 3 here. So x greater than 3 expression become positive. Whenever the critical points repeated even number of times, graph is reflected back, or graph will not cross the x-axis. Graph is not crossing the number line. Graph is not crossing, or graph will not cross, not crossing the number line. That is the concept you should remember. So x minus 1 ka whole square, x plus 2 ka whole square. Another concept from this concept, let me tell you, we will not cross multiply any expression. Rather than you have to take that RHS value in the left side, then you can solve it. So this is the concept you should remember. So if you have any doubt, you can WhatsApp me in this number 8285 223305. Myself is Sunil Kumar. So I hope you got a basic idea from this Wavy Curve method. The remaining we will discuss with another concept next time.